Hey, welcome to Bantu Re-Education TV. And yes, we're back. We're back in Harlem, and we are going to walk around Harlem to share with our people the Bantu truth. And yes, I want to thank my brothers and sisters for all your beautiful comments and all your beautiful stories that you shared about our song. And you know that song was meant to just praise and celebrate Tata and Zombie, So Nini Na Nini, Modimo. I just want our people to know the ancient names that we called on when we called our Heavenly Father. So I just want to thank all of you for all your wonderful encouraging words and your comments. They touch my heart, and we just praise you guys. Now, for those who are watching this show for the very first time, let me just explain to you what the Bantu truth is. See, the Bantu truth represents a new awakening, a new consciousness about who we are as African Bantus. Yes, we are Bantus, African Bantus. So you guys know those black folks that were forced on the slave ship were called Bantus. And we are the chosen people of the Most High. Yes, they hid this information from us. They called us all kinds of names: Afro-Americans, niggers, Negro. They call us Brews and Ites. And you guys know how I feel about Brews and Ites, because we are not Brews and we're not Ites. We are African Bantus. So that's who we are, okay? Now, we're going to go around and just share this truth with our people, explain to them our history, and just help them understand and bring them back to the Most High. Okay, so we just want to thank you again for watching and celebrating our song. And there's more songs to come. There's going to be more songs to come, okay? So, Queen, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So, yes, we are here in Harlem on 115th Street. And this King Brother Abdul, right? Abdul was kind enough to stop and be willing to be interviewed and to discuss the Bantu truth. So I just want to thank you, my King brother, for taking this time to just at least hear us, okay? So have you ever heard anything about being a Bantu, about folks? Okay, so as I was telling you earlier, Bantus are those folks that came on a slave ship, that were forced on a slave ship, and we got dispersed throughout America, Europe, and every place else. We were actually called Bantus. So did you ever hear about that, like when you were in school?
No.
So from your knowledge, what did they tell you, or what do you think, what did you call yourself before, like understanding that you we came here out of Africa, but did you have a name that you considered yourself to be?
African American.
Okay, yeah, most of us. We just learned that we were African American in school, and that was it. Did you ever hear anything else, like in your research or in your studies or traveling with people?
No.
Okay. So, what do you think about the idea that you're a Bantu? Does that make sense to you? Does that?
No, it doesn't. I know nothing about it.
Okay. So what I want you to do, I want you to. Yeah. I want you to go to Bantu Re-Education TV, and there you're going to learn the deeper understanding of who we are as people, and you're going to learn that we're actually the chosen people of the Creator. We are His chosen people, and we were called Bantus, and they took this knowledge from us. We were just basically conditioned and raised in this matrix system here, this North America, Europe system, and so this knowledge is taken away from us. We don't know our history, we don't know our language, we don't know our culture, right? Yeah, because what language do we speak?
English.
That's all we know. Do you speak any other languages?
Yes.
Or what other language?
Arabic.
Okay.
Spanish. Arabic, Spanish, yeah.
Yeah, because you're Muslim?
Yes.
Okay. So how long you been a Muslim?
A number of years, a long time.
Okay. So I just want to thank you, my brother, that you at least took the time to stop. And I do want you to go to Bantu Re-Education TV, and there you're going to learn the deeper knowledge of who we are as a people, okay? Thank you, my brother, okay? Okay. Yes, we're still here in Harlem, and we found 3 beautiful princesses who were willing to just sit down and kind of talk with us. And so I'm going to interview them and just ask them some questions. So these young ladies are all in high school, okay? So let me just ask you guys, have you guys ever heard that you were called African Bantus? No. Okay, so What did they tell you guys were in school? Like when you took your African American studies courses or sociology courses or whatever, social, what is it called? Economics, what's the classes you guys take?
Events.
What is it called?
Current events too.
Say it loud.
Current events.
So in current events, did you learn anything about like where you guys came from? Here, I want you to take the mic and tell us.
Oh,
So what did you learn? Tell us what you learned.
in middle school, they told us about hominids and stuff like that, but they would, I don't know. So,
Yeah.
yeah. My social studies teacher, he was more into stuff like that. He didn't really get into slavery because, yeah, it was a mostly white school, that's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And what about you? Did you learn anything about like us coming from Africa?
Well, yeah, I knew we came
What'd you
from
learn?
Africa.
You can speak loud. Speak loud.
I knew we came from Africa, and I knew we were slaves. So.
Okay. Right.
I mean, yeah, but we don't know that.
Yeah. And what about you? Did you learn anything about being from Africa?
Yeah, but not from school, from my mom and stuff and
Exactly.
family.
So, isn't it something how we are from Africa, right? All of us, our ancestors are from Africa, but we don't have a clue about that part of Africa, the kingdoms that we had. So, I want you guys to know that we came from kings and queens. Our ancestors were, that's right, royal. We came from kings and queens, and we were called Bantus. So, when those African slaves were forced on that slave ship, they forced kings and queens onto the slave ship, and then we got dispersed throughout North America, to Europe, to Asia, to India, and they knew who they were putting on the slave ships. But when we got here, of course, they brainwashed us and called us, what kind of names did they call us here? They called us what? Tell
They
us.
called us ugly.
Ugly. What else? What else did they call us?
Negroes.
Negroes. What else?
Abnormal.
Abnormal. Okay, exactly. But
They treat us like animals.
right. Say it again.
I said they treat us like animals.
Exactly. And so we never got a chance to learn our history, our heritage, our culture. Did you know we had a language? The language we spoke was called Kikongo. And we had a name that we called our Heavenly Father. Like instead of calling him the God name that we learned in church, we actually called him names like Tata and Zombie. We called him Modimo. So we had a direct relationship with our Creator. Okay? So what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to promise me you will go to Bantu Re-Education TV, and there you're going to begin to learn more about your culture, your history, your language, okay, your heritage, okay? So can one of you guys promise me that you will do that and say it loud and say, I promise I will go to Bantu Re-Education TV? Who's going to do it for me? Who's going to volunteer? I want you to stand up and say it, and look at the camera and tell her, say you're going to do it. Come on, yeah.
I promise I will go to Bantu Re-Education TV and learn about my ancestors.
Good. What about you? I want you to promise. Say it loud. Let them hear you. Let the folks hear you.
I promised to go to Bantu education and research about my ancestors and where I came from.
That's good. And I want you to say it too. Say it loud. I promise. Come on.
I promise I will go to Bantu Re-Education to learn about my culture and my ancestors.
All right. Thank you, princesses, for taking the time out and allowing me to share some time with you and share the information about being Bantus, okay? And we love you guys. Okay, take care. So yes, we are still here in Harlem, and we're still interviewing our brothers and sisters, and we have King Brother Adam here.
How you doing today?
Yes, and he was so willing to just sit down with us and discuss the Bantu truth. So my first question, have you heard anything about the Bantu truth?
To a certain extent, just really about where I come from and my skin complexion and how I don't look like I'm mixed with other people. That type of stuff, yeah, I heard.
So where did they say you're from?
I haven't found out exactly where I'm from yet because I don't want to do by giving my DNA out to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I know that I'm African. I know I'm not mixed because of my complexion.
Yeah.
So when I was young, I used to hate it, but now I wish I was like dark, like Senegalese people. Like I want to be dark like that.
I feel the same way. I want to get deeper and deeper and more deep chocolate than what I am. So I do understand that feeling because it feels good to have this deep melanated skin, right? Absolutely. I love it. So basically, those Africans that were forced on the slave ship, they were actually called Bantus, the African Bantus. Did you ever hear that?
No. Somewhat, but yes and no. Like I know a little bit about it, but not fully.
Okay. So the Bantus are actually the chosen people that are in the Bible, but that name has been hidden. It has been changed. It has been distorted. So we are actually the chosen people of the Most High, and the Bantus spoke a very specific language called Kikongo. Kikongo was like the mother language, and under the Kikongo language were other Bantu languages that came out of that. So that
Does
was
that have to do with like when people study languages for power, like manifestation and stuff like that? Because I hear like people that go back to spirituality, to their roots, like African roots. It's like they look at different symbolisms, like they have like a statue that has a semen of sperm, like in melanin, like how they know about it now, but they knew about it back then, and it's all these powerful words that they can speak. Is that like that?
well. In Africa, we had a direct connection to the Most High. We had a spiritual, not a religious relationship. We had a spiritual relationship with the Most High, and we followed His laws, we followed His commandments. But of course, some of our people did go to the dark side and did not follow the right side of the Most High, and so therefore we did do some things that were not correct. But for the most part, we had a direct spiritual relationship with Him. In fact, we called the Most High in our Kikongo language, we called Him Tata and Zombie, we called Him Modimo, we called Him Yakongo. So we had direct names that we used to call on our Father, like Tata and Zombie means the Father of the highest. Okay, so we had languages and culture and heritage and traditions and ways that we related to each other in our African Bantu culture and language. And so what we do every week is that we want to just encourage people to learn, do the research, come on to Bantu Re-Education TV, and you're going to learn a lot about our spiritual relationship with the Most High. It's very, very deep. We're connected people. We always knew the Most High, and He knew us, and He has not forsaken us. And so we are the people of the Bible. Have you ever heard that we're the people of the Bible?
Of course, yeah, like we're the first Israelites and all that stuff. So yeah, I know about that. I know recently I've been just more connected with the universe, and I've been feeling a lot of energy in people's spirits, and I just became vegan like 2 years ago. Once I turned 39, I became vegan, so I'm kind of like on a spiritual path to become mentally, spiritually, and physically challenged. Like it's almost like what I see, I feel like it's Babylon. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
I'm not seeing what I used to see. It don't feel like I'm of this world. That's the best way I can explain it. Like I just see a lot of robots and people that aren't spiritually and emotionally connected with who they are. It's scary.
Yeah, you know what? I understand, because I think for that whole year that I was during the pandemic, this is how I discovered the Most High brought the Bantu truth to me during that whole year. And as a result of learning, it just inspired me to want to write about this. I wrote poetry about this because I was just like you, like, what is going on? It's a matrix. It doesn't seem real. Things are just like not real. And that's the Most High. That's Tata and Zami speaking to you. He's telling you something. So Tata brought me to you to just to help you see. Yes.
I believe that because today I've been having these weird conversations with people. I was trying to find this coach that specifically does Dr. Sebi work and to helping me gain weight, and ever since that conversation I've been having these conversations with people. But even as a kid, like honestly, I used to look in the mirror and it would be like two mirrors, so it kind of be like infinity, and I would always like question who I am, like at 6. So they thought something was wrong with me. It was almost like I knew what people was telling me. I'm Adam, I'm here, but I knew it was something else. And I always would say, it's something calling me. I just don't know what it is.
Yes, my brother. You know,
People don't understand
people do not understand it, but you know what?
that makes sense. Does that make
Yes,
sense to
that
you?
makes a lot of sense.
I would always question what people told me, like I'm Adam, but I'm not. Like I'm something else. Like what is it?
See, that's the Most High speaking to you. He's calling you. You're a king. You know, our ancestors were kings and queens. We come from the Congo kingdom. We had kingdoms, and we're the chosen people of the Most High. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, just so you can understand deeper and explore and do research, come to our channel. It's called Bantu Re-Education TV. I even wrote a poem about this truth because I was so inspired. It's on YouTube. Go to that channel and you're going to learn a lot about what you're searching for. You're going to learn who you are as it relates to the Most High, because you're the Most High's king. You're one of His kings.
I believe you. I feel like when I see other African Americans, I'm always like, all right, what tribe did they come from, or how are they rich with royal blood? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I just believe that where we are right now is that we're just in a place of healing, and a lot of times when you're trying to heal and you're oppressed, it's a lot of anger.
Yeah, definitely.
So we have to kind of be able to stay focused and stay loved, so we could pass it on to other people, and we're not just like looking at the youth like, oh my God, look at this mess up. You know what I mean?
And yes, thank you once again for tuning in and watching us here on Bantu Re-Education TV. Today was really a special journey of just talking to our brothers and sisters, the young princesses. That last brother, I can see that he was in search. I mean, he was in such a meditative space and such a wonderful king brother. And you know, we are truly the Bantus, okay? And we need to understand that the Most High is speaking to us. He's gathering us. He's telling us to go tell his truth, bring his people back. And that's what I am committed to doing. That's what Bantu Re-Education TV is committed to doing. And we just want to bring this truth, share, inspire, and bring us home. Okay? So again, we just want to thank you. And again, I'll be here next week doing the Bantu truth in the streets of Harlem. I just want to thank you. Love you guys.
Rise of a Nation, sounds from a liberated Bantu.
All praises to Sormini Darnini. ABANTWANA ABANGONE BANTU.